my name is Dennis Henderson. I'm with Team Henderson Group with eXp Realty. If you're watching this video, we're going to be covering a market update for Seminole, Florida, specifically the 33776 zip code. And what happened in the market. We're going to be covering all of Q4 2021, how that compares to 2020 as well, and just really what's going on in the market. So if you're thinking about moving to the area or you already live in the area and just want to know what the property values are doing, this is the video for you. And real quick, just make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because we're going to be creating quarterly updates, a lot more video on our YouTube channel here. So to make sure that you stay in touch with what's going on with your market, just make sure that you follow that. All right, let's jump into it. So first on the screen here, what you're going to see is the numbers comparing 2021 versus 2020. So there were a total of 200 homes sold in 2021, which is actually a decrease. It's down of 8% compared to the previous year, 2020. But keep that in mind as we're talking about what's going on with this market. So the median sale price was $430,750, which is a 12% increase over the previous year. It's been a really incredible year. The sales volume for the 33776 zip code is actually 94 million, which, remember I said it was an 8% decrease in the homes sold. It's a 10% increase in the sales volume. So that means that prices have gone up significantly, and you're going to see that throughout the video here. The average price per square foot is $246, which is an increase of 17%. And that's what I was talking about. Average across the board, it's been anywhere from 15 to 24% all throughout the Tampa Bay area. So really incredible. Now some of these numbers, if you're in the 33776 zip code, really factor in that there's some homes right on the water that are selling for the $2 million range. And then you also have single family homes like in the Tamarack area, which is a 55 plus community. So we're really going to be comparing some of those as they all mix together, but just keep that in mind as we're talking about that. So all right, so jumping into some interesting facts. Next, we're going to be covering the highest sale was actually $2.3 million, and it went for $210,000 under the original asking price. Next, we're going to be covering the highest over asking sale, and it was also the priciest fast sale in our category here. It went for $1.35 million. It sold in just 2 days for $155,000 over asking price. Absolutely incredible. Now let's talk about the lowest price sale. The lowest price sale, like I talked about Tamarack earlier, there's pretty affordable housing there if you're 55 or over, and the lowest price sold for $179,000 in Tamarack. And then finally, we have the longest on market, which this is a pretty incredible one. It sold for $2.2 million. It's right on the intercoastal, and it sold in 936 days on the market for $87,000 over asking price. Amazing. All right, next I want to move on to just Q4 numbers and how we compare 2021 Q4 to 2020 Q4 to see what the market did over a yearly basis, rather than comparing to the previous quarter, because you have different cycles through the real estate market as you go throughout the year. It's best to compare one quarter to the same quarter the previous year. So starting at the sales volume, we've had a total of 43 homes sold, which was again a decrease of 16% from the previous year. The median sale price was $475,800, which is a 20% increase over the previous year's quarter. The sales volume just for the last quarter of last year was $22.5 million, which was an increase of 6.5%. So let's think about that for a second. If we sold 16% less homes than the previous year, but the sales volume is 6.5% up, that means that we are factoring at that 17 to 20% increase on house prices, depending on where you're at. But it's just been an absolutely amazing year. So if you own a home, you just got a whole lot more equity in your house. Now, average price per square foot, quarter compared to the quarter previous year, $258 per square foot, which was an increase of 17% from the previous year. The average days on market for last quarter was 24 days on the market, which was actually an increase of 22%. But if you think about it, that 936 days is almost record breaking. So that's going to offset a little bit. So another number that we could look at in that case is actually the median days on market, which was actually 8 days. So the final thing I wanted to cover was there were 23 out of the 43 homes that sold last quarter, almost 50% sold over asking price. So that just, it goes to prove that the market's up 20%, homes are going over asking price. Just an absolutely incredible time if you're a homeowner looking to see what your property can do. So what does this mean? If you currently own in the 33776 zip code, that means that your property value has gone up quite a bit. So the question is, what do you do with that? You could use it for valuable information if you're thinking about maybe a future upgrade for your house, trying to take out a line of credit or refinance the property. Rates are starting to go up, so if you're thinking about doing something like that, you may want to think about doing that quickly. Some other things is maybe you want to cash out some of that equity and purchase a new home or look for a different type of investment vehicle. It's another great time to look at doing that if you want to get more return on your money. And finally, if you're thinking about selling your property, now's a great time to sell because you've got a lot of equity in that property. We'd be more than happy to help you out with that. Now, if you're thinking about moving to the area, watching this as a buyer, I just want to give you some information about what the prices have done in this area. If you'd like to learn more, make sure to leave a comment, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because we're going to be giving quarterly updates on this market. This way you're notified as soon as anything changes. See you on the next one.